All right, let's do this. Hey everyone, thanks for making it here tonight. Welcome to the original, first ever, conceived from the inside of my brain, Star Citizen review show ever. The first, number one, longest lasting review show here. Me.
I'm in a fountain.
I start it all. Like, the origin point is here. I am the banana fountain. You go ahead and step up to me. It's all in recorded history. And you can see origin point. It's right here on this channel. Welcome to DG360.
I'm warning you.
Eric's coming in like a boss. Look at this man.
Next time it's gonna be glass.
Thank you, Eric, for that. That is very nice. 10 community sub gifts coming in like a boss. I think we're going for part 2, man. Thank you, Sarah. Part 2. The love. Last week we had lots of love. So much love that in the YouTube comments, some people were getting sick with it. And I was like, deal with that. Deal with it. It's part of a live show. It's part of the experience. It's why people are coming here. If you want like fast digested bullet points of information, I highly recommend Noobifier. He's a friend. He stops in here all the time. If you're that type of person, go check out my friend Noobifier. That's him. Bah, 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 bah. He's hitting it with information left and right. I always dug Noobifier style, still do. Watch him from time to time. Go check him out if that's your style. If you're here for fun, if you're here for me,
I'm in a fountain.
and Star Citizen. Let's be clear here. It's nice to see Elsie's Luyas back here. Listen, if you're in it for us, for fun, and a little bit of me, and Star Citizen, right? It's a mixture. It's a trifecta of delicious. Then you're on the right channel. Hi. We're having a giveaway here. Scoundrel pack, $700.
Missions in video games are more than just a way to tell a story or give a player things to do. They're also a way to drive players to explore areas they might otherwise miss,
True cut, dude.
to encounter
True cut.
aspects of gameplay they might otherwise not attempt. And for developers, they're often a way to push the development
Thank
of
you,
new
Midlife.
features, or in the parlance of the mission feature team, new verbs for their systemic mission design system. And one new mission or global event from MFT can lead to 10 others being created by designers on sandbox teams around the world.
You guys are
So on
sweet.
today's
Thanks,
show, we're exploring 2 currently being developed, starting with Data Heist.
Okay.
So Data Heist is a brand new mission coming to the Star Citizen persistent universe.
You know, I'm already digging this dude because he looks like he's from Hex. He looks like he's ready to like hack some shit. I bet they got some issues inside with him in Cloud Imperium because he's always trying to hack around. You know, he's like a master hacker. Like, I'm already digging this, you know. It's got to be
It'll
the
be one of the
It's
first
hat.
missions
It's
from
hat,
the
for
organization
sure. It's
of
the
Bit Zero. Bit Zero are an organization of hackers. They're kind of rich kids that
is
have
this
kind of
dude?
taken on the
James
hobby
Todd.
of hacking. And
See, this guy's already, he's smiling about hacking. If guys got to do hacking, I feel like this is the correct guy.
Yes, sir. You're not gonna hit me.
Bravo. Whoever hired this gentleman, I think you've done it correctly. I think you've hired correctly. Let me just say that.
trying to almost
Elsie.
being Robin Hood. They want to do things, but again, they're a bunch of rich kids. They don't know, you know, ripping off a merchant for such amount of money is even a big thing for that merchant.
So the player will take the mission, head to the location. In this case, we are using the UGFs. Once you're inside the facility, you'll have to gain access to the mainframe.
All right.
Now you can do that in multiple ways. We have hacking still in the PU, where you can use a crypto key. And there's also other methods that might be at the location that will help you access those mainframes, but I'll leave that for you to find.
Once you've hacked into there, you then have to allow the hacker into the system.
Listen, I appreciate their attention to detail when it comes to hacking, but I want so much more out of hacking gameplay. Like, I don't want easy puzzles and shit. I want it to be like where I need to type in like code. Like, that's how crazy I am with this. And I get that. I get that's kind of crazy. But like, I want to be able to like type in the hack. You know what I mean? Like, am I crazy? Am I the only one that wants to go that deep? Put a 1 in chat if you want to go as deep as I am right now. I'm going so deep. I'm putting that ass to sleep. You know, this is the thing about hacking. I feel like I want to legit be a hacker and go balls deep into this. Right. I want to, like, I really want to go deep. Oh, that's disgusting. That's my, damn it, Sean. You got to bring up an alert with my mother and my daughter. What are you thinking, Sean? Boo. Can we boo the man for, what are you thinking? Oh my God. I just literally want to die. I want to die right now. I literally want to die right now. What did you do to me? That was probably the most expertly timed alert of all time. Sean, listen to me. He deserves some applause. He deserves some applause for that. I want to puke. I literally want to puke in my mouth. I want to puke in my mouth. Hold on 1 second. Let me just, Sean, welcome aboard. I know you can't talk. There's a 10-minute filter. When you're able to, dude, I bet you got some funny things to say right now, but hold on. I'm about to vomit. Okay, let's pretend that didn't happen.
System. And then from that point on, he will do all of the heavy lifting with the uploading of the data from the servers. But what you have to do is maintain the safety of those servers so that their upload can actually follow through.
We will then start to give you a couple of enemies populating the area because they're responding to your invasion of their property.
Okay.
They'll come in.
Okay, and again, thoughts are just hitting here, but in terms of hacking, we're not going to get like deep state hacking like Mad Style's saying. We all know Mad Style, when he says something, it's the law. He's metal. It's pretty much the law. Thank you, man. When Mad Style says something, it's pretty well the law, and I get we're not going that deep. And that's probably good. But I want it deeper than that bullshit from Starfield. Like, I want it deeper than the lining up lines with a circle. Like, can we have it a little bit deeper, right? Am I right? I feel like I'm right.
And then you'll fight them at the same time. There's going to be the owners of those servers. Although they're not on site, they actually have the ability to remote into their systems, and they're probably not very happy with the idea that you're trying to steal their data.
During the mission, you will find that some of these servers will start to overheat. Now, that's because the people that own the location are deciding, we can't kick out this hacker from the location, but we can try and either halt you or, stop you from getting the data.
They turn off the cooling on these servers. And so when the cooling's turned off, they're basically trying to melt down their servers, destroy the data. So they'd rather have a scenario where they destroy their data than let you have it.
I like it, Miss Anders.
You then have to look around the area, try and solve why they're overheating, and if you can try and stop that, that will be one of the big situations during this mission.
It basically just continues like that. You have a certain amount that you're supposed to have uploaded, and you need to defend them, and then you have to turn them back on, and it just continues like this until you either succeed or you fail.
Data Heist is a mission for morally grey people. I wouldn't ever say that it was for the good or the bad. In its first implementation, you will be infiltrating security locations, security EDFs.
I like the complexity.
So at this point in time, it is unlawful.
It's a defend a thing mission, but we're adding some more interesting lore and complexity to this mission, where it's not just defending something from taking damage. We're adding this extra layer of gameplay for a player. It's how they can be destroyed. It's adding extra layers. So it's not just a physical destruction, it's also this concept of the data on this server being destroyed. So we wanted to take these two things and have them in one.
My favorite thing about the mission is possibly the things that it could open doorways for. The fact that it's the first mission for the Bit Zero is super exciting for me. Right. I'm a fan of other...
Orson, I love you, bro. Orson says they have the whole hacking quest line figured out except for the actual hacking part. See, Orson, you see where I'm coming from? Right, dude. Right. That is exactly what I'm talking about, man. That is exactly... Orson's right there with me. Orson is right there with me.
Video games that involve hacking and having an entire organization revolve around hacking is super exciting for me.
The mission feature team's role isn't just to make new missions, it's also to make the tools that content teams will take on and give new life to.
One such way in Data Heist, for example, is a module that's focusing on randomization. They will target a random server in the room just to get you moving around the UGF so that it keeps you on your toes during the mission. But this can be utilized by other designers for powering anything to do with randomization as well. So instead of always seeing the spawns from the spawn closets being at the same time, 5 minutes in or anything like that, you could be kept on your toes.
And with a mission like Data Heist, that gives us several new tools in the toolbox.
And in addition to the standard missions that populate the verse, the mission feature team is always examining and reevaluating the global events that run throughout the year. Do they perform the way we intend they should? Not just in frame rate, but also in engagement, enjoyment, enchantment, entertainment. And if they're not, perhaps they need enhancement.
It's so verbose, the verbosity right now. It comes with the haircut, I feel. I feel a haircut increases the verbosity.
Or extinguishment. And the new global event Blockade Runner.
The closer to bald you are, ladies and gentlemen, the more you can be just you. I think the lesson that we're learning here is less hair is more flair, if you will. I know it's crazy. I know you're thinking 80s hair might bring that out, but I think it's the bald. I think the closer you get to bald, the better of a time you are. Just saying. As a bald man, I have to agree with my own statement.
Hopes to be just a little bit of both.
Blockade Runner actually replaces Ninetales Lockdown.
Dude, if Jared went bald, that would be crazy.
And we looked at participation in that global event. And we also looked at what players did in it. So participation in Ninetales Lockdown wasn't actually that high. We realized, there's no point maintaining this global event if no one plays it, We looked back at the other ones that we had made, like Xenothreat, and looked at the gameplay in those that players do engage with and they enjoy. And that was the aspect of going on those wrecks in Xenothreat, picking up the crates and delivering them. They enjoy this experience, they enjoy working together as a team to do it. So we thought, what can we do with that and make a new event? Something that players will instantly understand what the event's about. We came up with this idea of Blockade Runner.
Blockade Runner is a new global event that we've been working on. In this event, there's a criminal faction that sets a blockade around some of the space stations in the universe. This makes trade and travel between these stations problematic, and their goal in doing this is to prevent the trade of one specific...
This guy knows his shit. I'm just telling you, his demeanor, the way he phrases his words together, the rhythm, how he speaks, the tonality, everything about Nick Urka right now tells me that Nick knows what the fuck Nick is doing. He's the senior systems designer. Okay, I gotta just, can we hand it to Chris or whoever's in charge of hiring people in here? Can we? I'm feeling right. I mean, listen, I understand I'm just kind of looking at surface, but I was in sales for a very long time, and I can kind of get the snapshot of pretty much what makes a person. I know it's a crazy cool power to have. I have this. And I'm telling you, Nick, this is the right guy. This is tonight I'm seeing hiring do it right.
specific material that is important for the refinement of spaceship fuel.
The idea is that a player will be called to help deliver a new commodity that is involved in the production of quantum fuel and deliver it from our LEO stations, like Everest Harbour, to its refinery sister stations. And we have to deliver a certain amount of this within a certain narrow amount of time.
This material has a short half-life, so if it's not stored properly at a specific facility, then it will expire and become worthless, and you'll have to try again.
When you arrive at the LEO, there'll be like a blockade from criminals, and you will have to get through that blockade, land.
All right. Let's just say this. I'm very happy with all the changes with player hangars, the ability to bring in assets and hold on to them. A lot of the changes that 3.20 brought, I'm happy with. Like 320, really? I'm happy with the direction they're going in. Okay. What I'm hearing tonight is more mission, in-depth missioning. That's great. That's wonderful. I am not so much a mission guy. I am not like a PvE kind of grinding mission guy. I like it. I'm glad it's there for you guys. For those of you that like it, I'm not speaking against it at all. Like, I totally understand that type of gameplay. You want to get lost in it. That's great. We obviously see that we need more depth with hacking. We know this. Okay, so we want that. They're trying to offer people more experiences by giving you more in-depth missions. I'm concerned, like our audience is tonight, that if one small part of the mission of these very in-depth missions goes down, the whole mission goes down, and that could lead to a lot of issues. I am quite concerned with all the variables that we're going to have a lot of that, okay? All in all, I'm in this for the sandbox. I'm in this for the MMO. I'm in this for the PvP. I would much rather see content, and again, this is my opinion, I know, has nothing to do with tonight, and I'm not trying to down all the people working on this. I'm glad you guys are working on it. It's important to Star Citizen. But what I would rather see is a continuation of economic talk. I know we're doing this because right now we're keeping things rather light. Surprisingly, we're getting a lot more gameplay that we're seeing here in missions that we're seeing going into CitizenCon. Usually they keep these like inside Star Citizen light because we're heading into CitizenCon. But I got to say, I've been pleased with the past few episodes, and they've given me a lot more than prior ones. And we're right before CitizenCon. So I'm going to give some applause. Because normally the Inside Star Citizen episodes going into CitizenCon are a bit weak. Okay, now these have some type of meat on the bone per se, you know. So I'm very happy about that. But I would much rather, as the gamer that I am, and I know there's a lot of people on the channel here that also have a similar take on gaming or style of gaming, which is PvP oriented, sandbox oriented, MMO, playing with other people oriented. And I think a lot of us, especially industrials out there, would love to hear more about the economy and the direction that the economy is going to go. More on economy. More. CitizenCon, it's going to be very, very, by the way, I would like to announce that I will be here for CitizenCon with you streaming all day. Hold on. I'm very happy about this. I've told everybody.
Yes, you're not gonna eat me.
So I will be here with you all day, as I have the past 3 years straight, streaming all day CitizenCon with all of you, having the best time in the world. We're talking like 8 to 10 hour stream. It is going to be awesome.
Yes, you're not gonna eat me.
It has been forever since I streamed on the weekend. In fact, the last time I streamed on a weekend was last CitizenCon. It seems like the only time I get weekends are for CitizenCon. So I'm very, very happy that we're going to have some time together. Let's keep going. Now I'm super happy.
Buy this commodity as much as you can fit on your ship, then you'll have to take off, and then you'll have to brave the blockade again, and then QT to one of the refineries. On the way, you may be interdicted by more of these criminals who don't want you to get away.
Good to see you, Futz.
And then on the other side, no blockade, but you'll have to get through that. Then you will land, and then you will sell.
Gotta blow the Futz
So
horns.
there's this delivery loop for players. Not every ship will be best suited for
Is that
dealing
all,
with
Sarah?
these guys without, some escorts. So the idea is that players will also take this mission and support those other players in combat ships.
Maybe you delegate one person with the big tanker ship and others to fend off any enemies along the way. At its core, Blockade Runner is a combination of the cargo transport and selling and space combat. One of the things I like most about Star Citizen is the space combat. I've never really been much of an FPS player, but I do like space combat, and one of the big elements of Blockade Runner is space combat. The stakes are higher, so if you screw up, you don't just simply regenerate. You regenerate and have to buy all your cargo again, so watch out for that.
That looks
As the dev,
interesting.
I've been playing this entirely by myself up till now. We're going to be going through some playtests soon, so we'll be able to experience the mission
What's up,
properly.
online?
But thus far, I've been playing it solo with a ship that can both fight and transport.
That's kind of cool, flying through a blockade. That's kind of neat.
The Cutlass Black. It's the best ship for everything.
So, what did we learn this week?
Drake,
well, we
man.
learned that missions like Data Heist don't just give players more ways to play, they also give mission designers more tools to play with. So, like every other aspect of Star Citizen, global events are continuously evaluated and refined and occasionally rebuilt and replaced when
Look at
needed.
this.
And that Blockade Runner is just that, meant to replace the former Nine Tails lockdown before the end of this year.
All right.
Now, don't forget that there's just 3 weeks until CitizenCon 2953,
All
the now
right.
2-day event emanating from the Los Angeles Convention Center, where you'll get the biggest concentration of Star Citizen info, technology, features, visuals, and more, all
right.
beamed into your brains via Twitch. Or if you're there in person, by just following Mark Gibson around all day and asking about his Hercules voice. I can still hear it when I look at the C1. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thank you for letting us share the process of game development with you. And we'll see you all here
I
next
dig
week.
that. I dig that. That is a cool comment. They are sharing the process of game development. They're one of the first to do such in a way that's so transparent and consistent that I'm going to give them some applause for it. Because, like, really, not everyone who crowdfunds does it this way, and they show consistent. It's important for it's important to continue the project that they stay this transparent, and I appreciate it. There could be much more transparency for sure, but along this journey, 10 years in, they've kind of opened the door as much as they could, as any private business could. I think that's a pretty stand-up thing to do. All right, guys, if you're watching here, let's see. Is there any bonus thing at the end? Hold on a second. I always finish a little too early. So, right.
So far, yeah. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the space combat, so that element works pretty well for me. Buying and selling cargo is fine too. Cut that part.
That's good. All right. Well, listen, if you're watching this on YouTube, please share. Please press the like. We are having a Scoundrel Pack $700 giveaway. I'll be playing this right now. I might as well play this right now for people that are watching on YouTube. And after this, we're going into the after party. Thanks for watching on YouTube. You get your butts over here and be live with everybody. Please do it. It's a good time. We all have a lot of fun, don't we? Don't we, guys? We have a lot of fun here. Hell yeah, we do. Gotta be here live. Get here live. It's a good time. So let's play that, Pepe, if you can. Play the giveaway video so everybody watching on YouTube can watch. All right, let's do this. Whoa, a Scoundrel Pack being given away here on DG360. That is a $700 value. That is right. In the month of October, you're going to want to click the links down in the description below to become an alumni member, either a YouTube member or a patron. Entered every single month in our giveaways here. Amazing opportunity. Winners called October 26th. What does the Scoundrel Pack include? the Drake Caterpillar, the Mercury Star Runner, the Cutlass Black, the Hawk, the Dragonfly, and the Ranger CV. This is an amazing opportunity, everybody. I would tell you what, these past few months have been stellar. We've been giving away crazy prizes, and this particular Scoundrel pack, all thanks to Eric Zarul, who is a Diamond alumni member here on DG360. Thank you so much, Eric. We love you.